All right, let's go. Let's go to social media queen. Social media queen.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Let's do that. All right, let's find Kim Moore.
Hello.
Kim,
Hello. Let me ask you a question, Kim. Does Squeeze look high and falling asleep right now? I don't hear Kim.
I heard her.
We don't hear Kim. Oh my gosh.
I'm hearing her.
There we go. Now we hear her.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think Tamika Nelson said it best when she said that because he's fancy, Squeeze has Gucci bags under his eyes.
Gucci bags. That's by the way, Squeeze. Merry Christmas. Team Squeeze gave you Gucci bags under your eyes.
Let's get to business.
All right, let's get to business. Everyone's ripping Squeeze apart. We love Squeeze.
And Vincent, poor Vincent. We are getting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay, we've got a lot of questions, so I'm going to fly through these rapid style.
Okay, let's
Philip
go.
wants. My mom filed for me and my daughter. We came up last year, but at the time of the filing, my son wasn't born yet, so he wasn't filed for. But I remembered writing his name on one of the forms I signed, stating that I do have a son and that he would not be traveling with me. How can I now file for him as a green card holder, or should my mom file for him as she's a U.S. citizen?
The son is in another country. As long as he was born before she came up to the United States, then the son should be able to follow to join. You have to contact the U.S. Embassy.
Okay. Shania wants to know, I have a friend that came here on a 10-year visa from Jamaica and overstayed her time. It's been over a year now. Is there any way for her to update her status?
So Chanel is asking, how does a friend get a green card? Make an appointment with Brad.
Derek wants to know, my brother has a work permit with advanced parole. He never used the advanced parole to leave the country. Can he renew his work permit, or will he have to do both?
No, he can renew his work permit. Doesn't have to use the advanced parole.
Alyssa wants to know, my friend is a DACA recipient and just got married. How does she go about getting her green card?
File an adjustment application. Unless she has not made a legal entry into America, then she's got to file an I-130 with a provisional waiver.
Elysian wants to know, will I be able to come back to the U.S. if I return home after I overstayed my visa?
No.
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 Okay.
Val would like to know. I saw that coming. Isn't that coming, Brad? Valerie wants to know, I have a friend who did 2.5 years in a U.S. prison for a kilo of cocaine 20 years ago. Will he ever be able to re-enter the U.S. again?
No.
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 Wilson wants to know, what can an illegal immigrant do if they're being harassed about their immigration status from a U.S. citizen? The person is following them around at their home, calling their job, making threats, and the NYPD says it's just harassment, but they can't arrest anybody. Is there anything that can be done?
Unfortunately, no. If you're in the New York area, the best thing to do, being in New York City, is it's highly unlikely that anybody is going to act on the fact that they're calling out somebody who is out of status. Eventually, if you let it get under your skin, he sees it's getting under your skin, then obviously he'll continue. It's like, on the playground, you just ignore the bully and eventually they'll stop. Because in New York City, no one's going to come and arrest you just because someone calls and says, I know an illegal alien. Guess what? There's a million of them in New York City.
Right. Barry would like to know, I'm 26 years old and was brought here illegally by my dad's mother. She and her husband adopted me and filed the I-130, but when we went to the interview and they asked how I came here, her husband said that he didn't know, so my application was denied. I was then told I'll need to go back, but if I do, I would be barred for 10 years. I don't know anything about Jamaica, and I'm currently on DACA. I have a 4-year-old daughter. What are my options for becoming legal and getting a green card?
File a provisional waiver, go home for a week, stay in a hotel. Squeeze can put you up in his McMansion down there, whatever it is, and you'll come back.
Right. Yeah, right.
The Squeeze McMansion.
The Squeeze McMansion.
The Squeeze McMansion.
For interviews.
Right? Live! Wasn't that great? Squeeze does a show live from the McMansion in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah. I'm busy here sharing, man. Let's get to the next question.
All right.
Tamika wants to know, a child was recently filed for by her step-parent and is now in the U.S. The green card was paid for from Jamaica before the child entered the U.S. What does the step-parent need to do in order for the green card to be sent to them?
I didn't hear the first part of the question again. Can you say it again?
The child was recently filed for by her step-parent and is now in the U.S. So the step-parent is in Jamaica, filed and paid for the green card.
The child's in the United States, the step-parent is in another country, then file the adjustment for the child here and can complete the case for the step-parent in another country.
Tom wants to know, I was arrested in 1990 on drug charges. They were dismissed. My green card has since been renewed several times. I've applied for citizenship but was denied, but was given my green card until 2023, but then was advised not to travel. Is that true? Do you think I'll ever be able to visit my sick mom?
Yes, because if you were arrested but not convicted of anything, and it's been more than 5 years, you should be able to become a citizen. I'm not sure why anyone told you not to travel, but what I would do is let's confirm, in fact, that you were never convicted of anything, and if it was more than 5 years ago, you should be doing your citizenship now, or maybe even be able to travel now.
Cordelia would like to know, my husband qualified for citizenship this month. Should I wait until he becomes a citizen to start my filing?
Yeah, probably, unless there's some reason why he won't become a citizen.
Alicia would like to know, what if a family member was denied their stay and is still in the country? Can they reapply? And if so, how long after they overstay can they do it?
What do you mean the family member was denied? Denied what?
Just says denied their stay. I'm not sure.
I guess what happened was that they tried to extend their visitor's visa and it was denied, and now they're here out of status. And yeah, you can try to get a green card. It's not gonna be a problem. Is that if that's the question?
I think so. I'm going to go with a Brad translation on that. Fine. Jay says, if a green card holder is filing for me, can I get a work permit, and how long after the filing starts?
No, you can't get a work permit if a green card holder files for you, but what you can do is get on a waiting list and then in about a year and a half, 2 years, do a provisional waiver, go home, come back, get your green card. Squeeze! Squeeze, you there? Squeeze! Squeeze!
People are knocking on the door.
Shaggy wants to know if he can FaceTime in.
What?
Like, no,
why can't he FaceTime in? Oh, because you can't take. No, he has to. Right.
We don't have FaceTime.
He said that on purpose. He said that on purpose. He's
nah, he's driving. He says.
Okay. All right. So wait. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do, Squeezes. Next time you see Orville, next time you see him, download Skype on his phone. Okay, so he has no excuse.
Making money calls him now.
All right, what else?
Yeah, just to set the record straight.
Right. Yeah.
Haynes wants to know, can you travel with an advanced parole card without a U.S. visa and still return to the U.S.?
Can you travel with a what?
With an advanced parole card and no U.S. visa.
Yes.
Maxine has a very interesting question. What is the status of a 1982 green card, as there is no expiration date?
It's expired by regulation. You have to renew it.
Anne wants to know, I filed documents for my husband in March of 2017. He's received his working documents and his Social Security card. I'm a citizen. Any idea when we're going to get our interview?
Probably 9 months from the time you filed.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. By the way, now that I've called Shaggy by his real name twice, he will not be coming on the show. That's what Jill just
Right, you
Jill
just shot us.
Yeah, right. Jill was like, you totally screwed up. You called him by his real name twice. His management's calling us and saying he is not coming on the show now.
I mean, it's a Wikipedia-able fact. Surely that's not going to totally mess up our chances.
All right.
Well, I want to say a special thanks all of our fans and listeners and viewers on social media. They have done a magnificent job. But with the last 6 minutes, we still want them to keep sharing all the way to the end.
That's
sharing.
Right. Woo! All right, continue.
Samantha would like to know, how long can an undocumented immigrant have to wait to get married again after married for only 6 months and then calling it quits with their husband?
The day after you divorce, go get married again, as long as you're in love.
Okay. How soon can one travel on parole after marriage to a U.S. citizen?
As soon as you get the parole, adios, go travel.
Bye-bye. Jean wants to know, I'm filing for my brother. How long is that going to take?
Wow, 15 years?
That always breaks my heart. Valerie wants to know, she had the friend with the cocaine possession who had spent time in prison for it. Is there anything that can be done?
If you get deported for drugs, short of they violated your rights in the deportation hearing, or they deported a U.S. citizen, and both times that happens sometimes. I mean, small little times, but I've seen it happen in both situations when we review. Short of that, no.
Adrian wants to know, if my aunt steps in and takes over my filing, which my deceased dad started, how long would it take for me to get my green card? I'm here in the U.S. right now.
When I don't know when the aunt, your dad filed for you. What's the priority date?
Okay, so but it would still be
follows the priority dates of when the dad is. Okay. Well, we have a lot of social media. We went through about 20 minutes. This is not rapid fire. This is like long form.
They missed us.
This is like musket fire here. You know, or like take out a bullet. Okay, go. You know, right?
The people miss us. We gotta give them what they want.
Right. Squeeze, you look good at that. Squeeze, you look like you have a lot of. You look like you have a lot of.
Squeeze has reloaded
a lot of experience there with the musket, Squeeze.
I don't have any comments. Musket, I have no comments.
Do that one more time, Squeeze, just to show
No,
us how you
I can't watch that. I'm sorry, I can't watch him do that. I'm sorry.
Loading the musket with the wrong hand.
What else? What else? By the way, we got 2 minutes to go. Any more questions?
Yes, we've got 2 more.
Okay.
Denise, I want to know, how long is it going to take for my friend and his 9-year-old to get their green cards if they were filed for in 2012 by his mom?
I guess the friend's over 21, about another year and a half, 2 years.
And Lorna wants to know, can you stay out of the country if you are an American citizen and you were born in Jamaica?
Si, senor.
Okay, Monica wants to know, if you put in for your 10-year and the 1 year they give is up, and so they give you another 1 year, how long after that do you get the actual 10-year green card? The word green card is never in there, but I'm assuming green card.
She has a 2-year green card, or a 10-year was up? What was up?
She put in for her 10-year green card.
Okay, so it takes about a year and a half to 2 years.
Okay.
If she's waiting more than 2 years, she should give us a call.
Okay. Rick wants to know, I have 2 minor offenses, one from '89 and the other one was in 2000. I was denied twice in the last 17 years, even though I was told that as long as I've been clean and in no more trouble for at least 10 consecutive years, I'd be okay.
You need a lawyer because you're a deportable alien as well, but certainly you should be able to get your citizenship now.
Lee wants to know, I was deported twice. I had charges in Florida in 93 and 94, felony possession of marijuana. I pled no contest, and I had an attempted murder in the 2nd-degree charge that I also pled no contest to and got 7 years of probation. I was deported in 95 and returned in 2005. I was reported from in New York for driving without a license. Can I be filed for?
No, because you committed a crime by re-entering after a prior deportation. You're going to go to jail as soon as they find out about you.
Okay. Sharon wants to know, I'm filing for my daughter since 2014. I'm a U.S. citizen. How long does it take?
Another 3 years. I think she called on the phone.
Sandy said, I filed an I-130 in October and have gotten nothing yet. How long is it going to take to get some sort of acknowledgement?
You should have gotten an acknowledgement. If you haven't, give us a call. Make an appointment.
Kajelia wants to know, how long does it take for your citizenship to come through
9 months.
Once your 5-year comes?
9 months.
Jay wants to know, my wife is a green card holder. What are all the documents we need to submit to start filing soon? We have a daughter together.
Marriage certificate, birth certificates, proof you're a citizen, divorce decrees, and death certificates from prior spouses. If any, 3 years tax returns, a job letter, a bank letter. You got to go take a medical exam, and birth certificates of children if you have, and then file the entire adjustment package.
Okay. We have gotten through this super-sized episode.